Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. One of the things I wanted to first cover was why did it take me so long? It's been quite a while since I've uploaded the videos. Now, the reason why I'm planning to start my channel precisely right now, after a gap of almost 10 months, is because I'm going to pursue my MBA. Before I tell you which college and which course and which place, of course, I'll give you a hint. So this one was known to be as one of the most livable cities on Earth for 7 to 8 consecutive times now. You can pause the video, you can give it a guess. Yes, it's Melbourne, if you guys guessed it right. So Melbourne, it's in southern part of Australia. I'm going there to pursue my Masters of Business Administration, and this video will give you guys an entire roadmap in the last 2 to 3 years from the time I planned to study and I decided maybe on shortlisting which places to go to. I had Ireland in mind, I had Canada in mind, United States, maybe, but not really sure. But Australia was also one of them in my list. Finally, it so happened that I got an opportunity to go to Australia, and this video will cover the entirety of my journey, my financial expenditure, the application, when I lodged them, when I received my visa, and also, yeah, that's my visa. I officially got that granted on the 10th of May. I'll come to that part later. But before that, let me start off by giving you guys an overview of how this process entirely began. As you guys might have noticed, the last couple of videos, it's been over 10 months since I've uploaded the last video. Yeah, it hurts me too, knowing that I could have uploaded plenty of videos during the process, but believe me, I was under a really hectic schedule. I used to work for the US market. I barely had time over the weekdays, to come home in the morning, you know, spend time with family, get some good sleep, and, run my chores. And recently I just switched to a job just around a couple of months back, and now I work in the routine Indian market. Yet, I find it so hard to finish my shift, come home, work on my video, and that's the reason why I've been putting this off for quite a while. Because my motto was not to just create random content and put it out there. I wanted to create content which I really have some feeling or attachment towards, something that I relate to, right? And for me to develop that content, I need this undivided space and attention where I can script it out, prepare what the audience wants, and I mean, starting from the most simplest part of recording it, scripting it, designing my template. I love doing these things, and that's why I don't want that to become more like a routine or a mundane process. I wanted to get that feeling where I'm excited to do that, and that's why I pushed it all along. Okay, so this is my study plan currently. To Before I go into the story of how it all started, let me guys shoot you with some summary. I got my admissions in Oxford Institute of Higher Education. It's a small college which is located at the heart of Melbourne in the city, and I actually got admitted on this college. I think roughly, I think between the end, I think by the end of Feb or something. I mean, that's when I officially got my confirmation of enrollment once I paid the fees. And right after that, I lodged my application for my visa on the 5th of March exactly, yeah. And on 8th, I had my medical examination conducted. And after that, I think it was just what was this, March, April, May. Yeah, it was just 2 whole months since I received my visa. So I officially received my visa around the 10th of this month, around the 10th of May precisely. Here is my visa. So this came on the 10th of May. So yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't think it would come this early because when I applied on Feb, even my enrollment was taken for the Feb intake. But turns out my visa was getting delayed, and the university's admissions officer, her name was Susan, very supportive. She was in constant touch with me, informing me to defer my intake. So from Feb next, we had our intake deferred to May 2nd. And around the 5th or 6th of May, I was again skeptical, and I was like, you know what, Susan, let's just defer it for another intake. So she finally deferred to 25th of June, which is now officially when I'll be starting my semester. And luckily, I got my visa on the 10th. She called me, she wished me, and she asked me if I'd like to travel ASAP to Australia, and we can get it back to May 2nd. I mean, since we just arrived, I'm sorry, since the visa had just arrived. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a cold. Yeah. So since the visa has just arrived on the 10th, I had a lot of things to wrap up. I had had to purchase. I hadn't booked my flight tickets because we decided that once my visa has come through, only then we'll book the flight tickets, which was a logical decision. So I've currently booked my flight for the 9th of June, during which I'll be officially traveling to Australia. I booked it on Singapore Airlines, and I'll come to the cost part of it later. But this is what my roadmap has been like. And the reason why the visa process took extremely long is because from the last couple of months, there have been plenty of fraudulent cases, especially from parts of Punjab and Haryana. There have been many immigration agencies which have been forging fake documents, and a lot of these applicants, these candidates, have been issuing fake documents of their certificates, work exposure, and whatnot. And Australia has been scrutinizing them, even and Australia has been scrutinizing every single application before it actually approves it. So that's why, and of course, the pool of applications that Australia had was humongous. I mean, this was the ones that were even applied during the lockdown as well. And that's why my process took quite a while. And it finally has come through. And now I'll be flying to Australia soon. Now, most students, or at least the vloggers that I see out there on YouTube and out there in the social media, most students travel by themselves. They come here all alone. They find a job for themselves. They start working per hour basis. They study. They manage their expenditure, which is amazing, right? I mean, hats off to you guys. And I'm telling this because I've been living with my family for the entirety of almost 24 years, since the time I was born. I've never had an opportunity to stay alone. Most people I met when I was doing my bachelor's, close to 95% of my classmates were people who came from other states of India. And I got an idea of how they become more financially responsible, in other perspectives as well. They know how to stay independently, and this was one of the constant fears that I had in myself. And that's why I was really looking forward to moving out of my home at some point, living by myself for a couple of years, exploring myself, and this gives me the perfect opportunity to do that. But here's the catch: I'm actually staying with my aunt and uncle, which is not so bad, to be honest. Uh, this was something they openly offered me. They told me to come along with them, stay with them in their. They have an independent house. I'm going to be staying with them at least till the tenure of finishing my education, and then I'll be moving out. I mean, this is something that they just wanted to do to me because uh, I'm like a baby to my aunt even right now. So She doesn't want me to just wander about, so she wants me to stay with her while I continue to study. But at the same time, I also want to get, start working, make something for myself. So I have already scheduled interview with multiple references and friends of my aunt and uncle, and I already have like 2 to 3 job offers in hand, right? And I'm looking to work, make some money. So, guys, now let's discuss about the finances, the amount of money that I had to arrange for this entire process. So, the overall expenditure came roughly about 7 lakhs change. This includes with all the tuition, miscellaneous expenditures, and I'll give you a breakdown on how it went. So, the first component is the fees, the tuition fees. So this one cost around $9,700, Australian dollars, of course, and that if you convert it into Indian rupees, it comes roughly between 5 lakh 30,000 rupees or something. This was my per semester fees, and this also is inclusive of the overhealth student health cover. It's called the OHSC. So this is like extremely compulsory for you guys to do while you guys are applying for your universities as well. The next slab is travel. So by travel, I mean my flight charges. I booked my tickets on Singapore Airlines. It cost me around 967 Australian dollars. That is roughly between 52 to 53,000, somewhere around that ballpark. And this was booked through Singapore Airlines. And I would recommend, if you guys are looking for flights, if you guys want to compare flights prices, the duration, the transits and all of these things, I would recommend that you guys go to skyscanner.com. It's very useful. I use Skyscanner personally during this process. It helped me figure out the most affordable tickets with all other filters in terms of transit, different sites for booking, the offers that you get, and a variety of other things as well. The next lab is visa. The When I was launching my visa, I you have to pay a application fee, which costs you roughly between 630 to about $650, and in my case, it cost me around 650 to be precise. And the price for that, if you convert it into INR, it's around 35 to 36,000 rupees. And next, you have your agent charges. So depending on which migration agent you're going through, you'll have to also pay them for the services that they offer you. In my case, I didn't go through IDP or any of the local agents. I had one of my aunt's close friend who was in this immigration business. His name is Mr. Dilpreet, and he's got his own firm in Melbourne. It's called Marwaha Overseas. He took care of this entire process in a very beautiful way, and his charges is between $1,500. That comes around 82,200 rupees. And next, you have the miscellaneous purchases. So miscellaneous purchases could include, your stuff that you buy before you travel, clothing, accessories, whatnot. So, in my case, this just took me like around 10 to 11,000 rupees. I didn't buy a lot of stuff. I had most of it already with me, but this might be a factor which could vary for most of you guys. The miscellaneous purchases. And finally, cash in hand. This is also one of the factors which would vary. In my case, I'm carrying close to 1,800 to 2,000 Australian dollars in hand. This is roughly around 1 lakh rupees. I'm going to be carrying this cash liquid in hand for any unforeseen expenditure that I might incur. So when you total all of these things up, it comes roughly between 14,842 Australian dollars. And if you talk about it in INR, the expenditure is around 7 lakhs 13,000 rupees. Now, all of these figures that I've given you is an exact ballpark. Like when I'm saying 35,000 or 36,000, it could be anything in between that. And the reason is because I'm factoring in currency changes, the fluctuations in the AUD to INR pricing, or maybe sometimes these prices are altered by the institution themselves. The fees might alter, the course fees, the visa prices might change. So there's a variety of factors, but this is the rough expense that it took me. And also, one other thing that you guys can be excited is Australia is currently welcoming a lot of migrants, because since the whole pandemic, Australia has taken an extremely big hit, not just in terms of economy, but in terms of their revenue and a variety of things. Right now, Australia is has done a terrific job in securing the welfare of its citizens, but now it's finally opening up the borders for a variety of students and migrants, and that's why Australia, they've officially announced that they will give you a rebate on your visa application fees. So this $650 that I had paid, which was around 35 to 36,000. Once I move to Australia, the first thing I'm going to do is open a bank account, and I'm going to lodge a refund on that. So I'll get that amount straight away to my bank account as well. So, apart from that, even in terms of your working hours, before the rule was to work either 20 hours for a particular week or 40 hours for a fortnight. So, fortnight is for like a 14 days period. You're allowed to work only for this specific time period. Anything more than that could also get you your visa cancelled if you are found out by the immigration, and you might be sent back to your home country. But now, since the pandemic has again ended, Australia has, kind of loosened these rules down. They have, made the work hours more flexible, so students can, work for more hours. So these are some of the key things which is on the positive note of moving to Australia, especially at this point of time. The next thing is I want to give a huge shout out to a couple of YouTubers. That is Tushar Bareja. We have LTE Vlogs, which is being hosted by Parth and Aniket. And also, we have another channel called IMI Australia, which is being run by Neha. I started watching their channel just because I wanted to get a reality check on what to expect when I move to Australia, and their vlogs, their videos, their content is something that really inspired me to get something started for myself as well. So thank you guys. And also, if you guys like this video, then please like, share, subscribe, and support my channel. It will really help me to make more useful content for you guys. Also, I'm planning on next making a video on the kind of thing that I'll be packing for Australia. So it's going to be my entire journey of packing. And if you guys have anything in specific that you guys want me to cover, then please go down to the comment sections and please comment it out. I'll read through each and every comment, and I'll try to make the videos as soon as possible. Thank you.